IIWII's podcast almost didn't happen today, but it did. And we are on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Breaker, Podcast Spotify, and on iTunes. People, listen, if you don't want to deal with the bullshit, how the fuck is this stream gonna work when you're live? How about this? Have an easy way of listening to the podcast and do it on all these applications so you don't gotta deal with me trying to figure out why Streamlabs OBS is a piece of fucking shit. Now, we're gonna just address who we have on the guest this week. We got our man, we got a man Ray. I'm not gonna call him Teasy. I feel like I'm calling him Titty all the time. I'm gonna call him Ray. We got Ray on the show. He's a designer within the Call of Duty community. And you know what? I saw what happened this past week on Twitter. And if you guys don't know what happened this past week on Twitter, we're gonna talk about it. But when I saw this, I was like, we gotta have a designer on the podcast because I see this happening to a lot of people. And I just want to go in like their mind of what they gotta go through being a designer within the gaming community just in general. So, people, I am so sorry we are 23 minutes late on this podcast because of Streamlabs OBS and basically me stressing the fuck out. Let's get into episode 81 of the IIWII's podcast before I run away.
Turbo.
Jack, take it over.
Listen. No. We're gonna do a hard reset right now. How's everybody's day going? Today, it's a beautiful Saturday out here on YouTube. TZ, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How are you, Jack?
I'm doing excellent. It's the sun is shining, birds are chirping. I'm gonna spend the whole day inside. It's gonna be great. Chat, how are we doing? You guys watching the Fortnite Star Wars event? Because I'm not.
Why me?
Listen.
Why?
Bro, you get a glider. You get a glider.
Hello.
Turbo is like my grandfather in terms of the fact that he gets very frustrated. See, he even stands kind of like him. He gets frustrated over technology and the way it works, and he just kind of has to embrace that. Oh no, he has a candy cane. He's Turbo, sit down, honey. It's gonna be okay. Just sit down. There you go. No. Oh, what did he just throw?
I saw the shards of power.
What did he just throw? Turbo, sit down, honey. Turbo. I know you can hear me. Come here, you. Oh, he's okay. Chat, this is not your correct way to manage anger. It's gonna be okay. Turbo's just he's struggling right now, but that's okay. We're gonna help him. We're gonna help him adapt to this current generation of technology.
I need a therapist.
Yeah, I am your therapist. This is your therapy session right now. Turbo, what do you think right now? But what's going through your mind?
There's like shards of candy cane all over my floor.
Is that what you threw? Candy cane? What a waste!
I broke my candy cane stick.
What a waste!
I don't care.
Now look what you've done.
I don't care. I'll sweep it up. I don't care.
You better. Turbo, it's gonna be okay. You know why? Because we're here now.
Oh, I know.
Everything's working.
Oh, I know we're here now. Oh, I know.
Oh, do you?
Took a while.
It did.
But I know. Ray, I apologize, Ray. This ain't me.
It's fine. No, I get it.
This isn't usually me. Chat.
Dude, YouTube having problems? I've never heard of that.
Ray, let me tell you something, Ray. I can't stand YouTube no more, and I can't stand technology no more. Okay, I can't stand. I just asked Jack how to paste. Is it Control V or Control C? I can't stand technology. As you know, I use VideoPad, okay? The simplest editing software in the fucking world, okay? Because
Next to
I
Windows
can't.
Movie
I've
Maker.
actually never heard of it.
I can't.
Next to Windows Movie Maker.
All right, yeah,
Right next to it.
I figured.
Oh my god. Alright, guys, listen, I apologize for being late. I apologize for the technical support. Ray, listen, I apologize for just in general what the fuck's going on once again. But let's move past this.
Turbo,
Holy
the stream
shit.
went offline.
Jack.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I didn't even hear what the fuck he said, Jack.
Okay, thank God. Move your cursor.
Your
Cursor's on a.
Is it really? It's on the screen? I'll pick my fucking
It's on
nose. I'll pick my
Discord.
fucking nose. I'll pick my fucking nose. You wanna know why? It's the
Oh, he's
pop-out
lost
chat.
it.
It's the
He's
pop-out
lost it.
chat that's giving me the problem now. Why is the pop-out chat giving me the problem?
He's
All
about to
right.
blow a casket.
All right, okay. So we have on my man TZ_Ghost, or known as Ray Ray. If the people who have no clue who the fuck you are, who are you? What the fuck's up?
Good question. I'm just a guy in the community that I guess I've just done. I've had a channel since like 2011. I've done like some video editing and stuff like that. Streams, the usual stuff. I've done renders for content creators for a bit. And yeah, I've just done zombies content creation in general.
There you go. And what you call it, first and foremost, the reason why we're having this podcast today is because I remember, and before we get to the main thing, the whole time me being on YouTube, and the whole time just in general just in general going through the world of YouTube, what I was doing on YouTube, blah blah blah. You see designers, and I wanted to actually bring up, when I thought of doing this podcast, I was writing the script, and I didn't want to always bring up what designers are going through today. I wanted to actually bring this up to you. Isn't it crazy how back in the day, designers were only meant, and you only went to designers for, can you help me make a thumbnail, or can you help me with my banner? Those two things were like just only the designers dealt with. And then they would have like thumbnail packs, and they would have just like banner packs, and it would be the simple like starburst background, the starburst PNG fucking background, and that's all designers were. Now, to be a designer in 2020, you need a 3D render pack of Blundell's tits. You need all these animation renders. You need animation renders. Everybody expects so much out of you. So, just in general, how has it been being a creator different from the beginning of like everybody wanting freelance workers to now in 2020? How has like the demand changed in this different like decade?
Well, I'd say in terms of just like more stuff being needed for videos, I think it's just where the standard's gone up.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, like the second someone started putting, I don't know who the first one was to put renders in a thumbnail for zombies. Maybe play the game.
I have no clue. But
I don't know.
You know who I think it was? You know who was using them a lot at the time? Sam, or what's his name? Sam,
I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking about.
What's his fucking
Fantastical
name?
Gamer.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even hear you. What the fuck is his name? Fantastical Gamer. Yeah, he was using a lot of renders and stuff. That's what his name
used to be.
Fantastical Gamer used to use a lot of renders, and I remember during Revelations, that's when I sort of like started seeing the renders in YouTube like fucking thumbnails a lot, because I would see Chucky using like renders of the Shadow Man holding the two men upside down and shit.
I think the whole render thing blew up with BO3, like the beginning of BO3.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of started.
Really
But I think you could say the same in terms of thumbnails, the same about video editing. Like the whole standards kind of gone up. You used to be able to just throw up a random COD montage with music over it, people would watch. Now it has to be, some kind of narrative, some kind of insane edits, or people just aren't interested.
No, yeah.
Well, the reason why BO3 was when it blew up is because the software used to extract the models themselves for Call of Duty, like people started making programs like for it. There used to be some beforehand, but it had like there's some weird like the guy who made it put like some kind of spyware in them, so it was a little like sketchy. Yeah, it was whack as hell. But like now it's literally where you load it up, you're like, all right, let me load this game. click load game. Let me get Richtofen's model, export that, and it'll have all the joints and everything ready, and then you can just drag an animation on, and you'll be like,
damn.
yeah.
So what's usually your forte? What are you usually doing, or what was your forte when you were like really into it? Like what now? Like towards like what do you usually like to do now? Is like the renders, the animations? What is like your forte?
Well, like renders, I haven't done hardly any in a while. The last one I did was I really like one thing I really like the idea of with zombies and stuff like that is creating like some I haven't done enough with this, but like creating story moments that like we've only heard of, but like never seen visually. Like I did one of Dimension. I'm blanking on the number. The one where Richtofen had to kill himself as a child.
80 something. Dimension 82. Oh, Dimension 6 something. Whatever the fuck. 69. Whatever. Go on.
Yeah. So that was one I did.
2-2-10. There you go. 2-2-10.
2-10. Yeah. All right. I was just scrolling through my tweets. I was like,
nice squad,
all right,
guys.
what is? Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. All right. But yeah. So that's one thing I've always liked to do. For a while, I did renders for YouTubers, like you're talking about, just like random stuff, like literally like, whatever they would tell me to do. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. What you call it, Jack? Do you remember in the beginning of this podcast when we would always talk about people stealing renders?
Oh yeah, I remember all the drama with David and Spiral.
Yeah, David is a state. That was the first one I got into when the fucking.
That was so funny, dude, because like Spiral took one of his renders and then he DM'd them about it, and Spiral was just like, "Yeah, I took it," and he's just like, "Okay," and it was just like, "Okay."
You know what's funny? I always want to find his tweet he did once, because I remember one time we were actually talking about him because when he stole his shit, and I remember I was like, "Who the fuck would just blatantly say I stole it?" And then I remember somebody commented saying, "Here's where his podcast is gonna grow one day," and I remember him saying, "Yeah, okay, I want to find that tweet so bad. I want to find that tweet so fucking bad.
Wait.
I want to find it and fucking put it in his fucking face.
I don't even know.
Is Spiral the guy with the greasy black hair?
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
I like how you.
Yes.
You know, we're not gonna put anyone on blast specifically, but that guy can go fuck himself.
Selling
we used to put Spiral on blast
illegal
all the
games
time.
and greasy hair.
We used to put him on blast a lot.
But you know what? Because you know what? Because at the time, that core group was into like stealing shit, like just like trolling the fucking community. And you know what? And I think like World War II was the game where people started saying, okay, how do I get into this render game? You know, how do I get into this like thumbnail? Like, how do I make my thumbnails great? And then when we started seeing people not have a clue how to make renders, and then just try to cut it out in like some like J.R. Rizzo like pictures and shit, and they would just try to like cut it out with like their fucking like pencil tool. And I was like, that's just not. If you want to render, try to like God bless, like type on Google, try to find one, but don't just try to steal like someone's like from like a poster they made. Like, don't do that, you know. So getting into now stealing and stuff. Look at that, Jack. I had that transition ready. I gotta say.
I'm kind of turned on right now.
I know you're wet. I can feel it. So Ray, this past week, right? Ray. Yeah, I know, people. Well, first of all, let's get some shout-outs to the chat. Guys, chat, I apologize. You got no notification for this? I'm not even expecting a notification to go out for this fucking stream. YouTube's probably like, there was 4 of these titled the same thing. I don't know what to say now. So, I'll just give a quick shout-out to the lucky people who did make it out to this podcast. Next week, I am so sorry. I will make it more smoother. What's going on, my man? Nar, the Vice Squad, Rock693, Miss G8-Bit, Kingman, Rushmore, Pizza. What is going on, people? Viral Edge. What is up, everyone? So, Ray, this past week on Twitter, right? And I'll put up images and stuff like that of what happened, but I want to, get into the conversation first. So, this isn't a bashing topic. This next topic we're going to have here, we are not bashing anyone. However, we are going to address the shitty, methods people do use in the community and have used and did use this past week. So, our good fellow friend in the community, Miss Adalic JD, posted a video about what the hidden secrets of Treyarch and old MC models in the file, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
In the first 2 minutes, Ray, explain what was in the video.
All right, so I made a video called Aether Recap shortly before Attack or Totem.
Yes.
It was supposed to be like, it was kind of based on the Origins recap that came out during Black Ops 3 they did. It's supposed to be like, one of those emotional look backs on Call of Duty that people did.
Yep.
And yeah, so in his video, keep in mind when I released this video, it got almost like zero like attention like at all from like
Yeah.
any of the big creators. None of them were like, this is sick, man, or
Yeah.
like, you know, retweet or anything like that. Which is kind of whack to me because I remember when BO3 happened, they shared this like you know, other tributes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so they ignore it, and then this video comes out from Dalek.
Yeah.
And the first 2 minutes of it, he just uses the video as background footage.
Yeah, so before we get further into it, I just want to address the first thing. So I go on Twitter and I see this. You tweet out, you gotta love it when your work is ignored and not shared by the larger members of the Zombies community, but it's apparently good enough to be used as background footage in their videos without asking. Shout out to the community leaders for supporting us little guys. Now, right away, I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, because I don't expect anyone in the big Zombies community, especially one of those guys, to do something like that. You know, I don't expect them to actually do that. However, because I know these guys, and I know that at the end of the day, it is their job. However,
Dude,
when
why give credit when you can just like not?
So then I go to your video.
And then you send them a message saying like, my bad, won't happen again, and then do it like a month later.
Oh wait,
like,
so he messaged you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he did. I did receive an apology thing.
All right, so let's hear that side if you want to share it.
I feel like if he was like if he was actually
see.
sorry about that, I can't speak for him, but if he was actually sorry for that, he would literally re-upload it and have that in it, or he would have just asked in the first place. I just don't.
He added it was kind of fun because my friend Jaden, he replied to.
Yes, I want to bring that up. Yep.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, yo, you didn't credit him." The guy was like, "Oh, my bad. I'll add it." And then the description
you'll just
said,
add
Yep.
like the 20th line of description.
right. So he adds it like this happened with another video. Someone took my other cinematic I made, Rick Toppin's Endgame, and he used it in the background, and the video got 100,000 views.
Yes.
And then after 100,000 views, I found it, and he was like, "Oh, I mean, he did eventually. He added."
I like how he apologizes because you found it. That's just so
exactly.
funny,
Yeah, it's like that's the whole thing. That's why this whole thing's screwed up. It's always like, "Oh, I'm caught. Let me apologize."
Right.
And also,
yes.
these guys have been on long enough to where they should know.
I just typed
Like,
in
or,
dollar.
like,
I got
this
fucking
is your
knocked out.
literal job. You either pay someone for it or you ask. Dude, I have never had that mindset of like actually just taking from. If I'm playing with someone and they're streaming and I want to make like a highlight video of what we did, I literally ask them, "Hey, we played together. Can I like use your like Twitch footage? Like even if it was just the same gameplay, because it's theirs. Like they're the ones making this content. You don't just take. I don't understand that. He's been on YouTube far too long for this to be just another just like, oh, it's okay, Dalek.
So I put up on the screen right now what Jaden said. So Dalek, please give proper credit to the creator of the footage you
He
used
just
for the
said
first 2
done?
minutes.
Yeah, he said done.
Yeah, so and then he said okay, so
He
right
forgot
away this is what I mean, okay? This is exactly what I mean. Now, this is not us bashing Dalek, but this is me stressing
This
what the
is
fuck.
me bashing Dalek. What a jerk, dude. I don't understand that. You literally used the entire video.
Well, he used the whole video. He used
but like you use the video in itself, like just that's like the forefront of it. Is just
Does
the
he
video.
have an editor?
Does he have an editor?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of. But like I do know. So it's not where he didn't give like zero credit, but
But people aren't gonna
give him credit. He did put my name up for 2 seconds at the very beginning.
People aren't gonna scroll to the 20th line of the description and be like, "Oh, I wonder this thing at the beginning here." Like, this is not.
I don't,
something...
because Jack, we all know how it is to edit stuff. Okay, if you're gonna go, I had my thumbnail stolen in World War II for some reason. World War II was the year of my thumbnails being stolen, and I remember Vinny coming up to me saying, "Oh, fucking, why is my?" Because when Vinny used to post, he goes, "Why is my thumbnail on some kid's channel?" And I was like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" And then I messaged the kid. The kid goes, "I got it off Google." I'm like, "Yeah, because YouTube's gonna just put those images on Google and stuff." So I'm like, "But you go and use it." Like nothing in your head. Like that's why I wanted to bring it up. Like Dalek's mindset or anyone's mindset, this matter. You're using someone else's work. And then when you go and first of all, when I don't know if you caught this, but somebody tweeted at me when he put thanks for the footage, blah blah blah. He didn't put the link at first. The link wasn't there for like a good hour or something.
But that's not even the fact. Is the fact that he didn't ask in the first place. If he had asked and still done like minimal credit, it'd been like, oh, that's stupid. Like give him a little more credit. But you you just take it without even thinking that someone else put time into this. Like how much time did you put into that video?
I can only imagine.
A month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
like dude, to
Yeah.
him that's just background footage. Like,
Right
So
away,
I
what
was,
was your reaction right away when you saw this? Right away, your organic reaction.
bruh.
Like any hatred, anger, stress, anxiety.
it's just frustration. I feel like.
I would.
Yeah, it
'cause
was
I
it was
would be like,
frustration
what
and
the
just
fuck?
being like pissed because again it was just like I said, I worked like a month on it and then it really didn't get as much like notoriety as I hoped it would, and then it was just like, oh, but it's good enough to be used in your video now. Okay.
Is this another case, or is this just us coming to the fact that we're seeing it now where, you know, you have to think bigger creators have the mentality of, oh, they're small, they're not going to find out.
Right.
They're
Or
small,
they
they're
don't
not
have,
going to
they
find
don't have a
out.
voice big enough.
Yeah.
To, like, say anything.
That's how I only see, because listen, Dalek's a good guy. I know him and I met him before, and people people always say though he's been clickbaiting a lot recently. He's been doing this recently, blah blah blah. I don't know, okay? I don't know exactly, you know, his mindset of what the hell was going on. And you know what? But if it was my work, I would be pissed. I would be pissed.
Yeah.
If it was my work, because you had to edit that video with your mindset of I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, and then after you post it, you have to be told on Twitter. You got to be put on blast on Twitter to like put the fucking link on. And then right away, I tweeted out. I said we should do a podcast all about what designers fucking go through because this probably kind of had to happen to you before any other like or other creator before.
So, yeah. What and I feel like the funny thing about it's mainly there's only been 2 videos of mine that have been stolen.
Yeah.
And the thing is like why they are stolen is because they look like official footage.
Okay.
They look like official trailer footage.
Gotcha.
The last video, the other video that was stolen of mine is called Richtofen's Zen Game.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a method with the mod tool. It's the same thing that Rizzo does for some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where you replace animation in the game with a cinematic animation.
Yeah.
And you create that in-game cutscene look. Like,
but he knows it wasn't.
Oh no! I know, and I'm saying like what I'm saying is that's how it's just like people don't bat an eye. You know, they don't think it's fan made.
Yeah.
Because it looks like oh that is an in-game rendered thing. Oh wow, wonder where that's from.
Yeah, and
it's like if it looks that good, it's just like why is being ignored just being stolen?
Yeah.
I used to meme on him a lot for just like his entire video was just a trailer, and then he just read a Reddit post.
That was everybody's.
He credited the Reddit post.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yep.
Nice.
See, okay, so now that has to just make me think like, yeah, it was another case of big creator, small creator. They're not gonna know. I'm gonna squish on that little guy, and that's it. You know?
And
that's what's happened before. Now we're gonna disregard Dalek now, but this has happened before. You know,
oh my God.
There's been people who literally has taken shit from other people, and just because of their number by their name, they're not gonna give them the credit they deserve. I guarantee you, Ray, that if you had fucking credits or whatever, what is that word I'm trying to pick up right now? If you had any type of like
notoriety,
reputation that like, oh shit, like people use his stuff. They link him. I still don't know. That's why this is like a very tricky situation for me because it comes back down to it where it's like I don't know. He tried to get over on you. He tried to get one up on you.
Yeah. Do y'all know Chromascope 10?
Chroma
on Twitter.
Yes.
He has like memes and stuff.
Yep.
He got stolen by big YouTubers as well. Like some very very big zombies YouTubers have posted his memes. Like and sometimes it's where they take they post his memes and stuff that he makes, and it's like stolen by someone else.
Yeah.
And they just saw it and they took it.
Gotcha.
But they don't correct it.
It's the snowball effect.
But like there's certain creators that I'm thinking of right now. I'm not gonna name anyone.
No, yeah.
That do that. That and they.
Bro, listen, I've been recording with Lex a lot lately. I know Lex is one of those fucking people who uses shit and doesn't
that's what I was
credit.
referring to,
I know Lex is one of them. Okay, I know them, bro. You know how, bro?
I
listen to me.
like Lex, but that's
I
the
love
only
Lex
thing
to
that
death.
drives
He's my
me crazy.
fucking father. Let me tell you something. I am Lex's offspring, okay? But when I go and you go down the line, he had a reputation of doing that. Because you want to know why? But this is how. It's weird because you gotta put the creator in their own box. Like, you know, Lex is just probably uploading and editing so fucking fast.
I disagree. There's no excuse. Whenever they're making this much money off of it, it's their literal job. You have to like cross your T's and dot your I's.
If you were working anywhere else and you did that, there would be like legal trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you can't. You have a privilege being a YouTube creator. Like you've got to still hold yourself up to that standard of being like, you know, branding yourself.
Excuse it, honestly.
Right? It's just like.
Yeah, but so I mean, I'm gonna ask this now because this is also something different, but it's also similar. People have been asking me because we've been collabing with Tim, Lex, and Crazy Rabbit. But we all put our links in the description. In Lex's videos, our links aren't there. So I don't give a fuck. We all don't give a fuck, okay? But somebody DM'd me saying, I was watching Lex's video, couldn't find you in the video. I had to search, blah, 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 blah. Why doesn't Lex put the DM in the description? I'm not gonna go up to Lex and say, why the fuck am I not? Because that seems greedy to me and shit like that, you know?
That's a different case, but it's still like
still just courtesy.
That's why I wanted to bring it up because at this point somebody brought that up to me a week ago and I didn't give a fuck. I still don't give a fuck, but that's what I'm trying to say. The thought process is what I'm trying to bring up. The thought process of editing and posting. What's your thought process when you post? Are you thinking about who you took stuff from? Are you thinking about, because that's what I think about. I get so scared when I take one clip from somebody else on YouTube. I get, because my when it was artificial gaming and stuff like that.
That's because you understand the grind of like working on a video for hours and hours and hours and hours and sitting it, because you don't want them to have that feeling.
Yeah, and when artificial gaming was going on, when it was me, Matt, and Vinny, Matt did a fucking stupid move, and at the time we couldn't post videos longer than 5 minutes because this motherfucker, he took someone's Advanced Warfare gameplay, didn't just nothing. He was lazy to get. He was lazy to get gameplay on his own. Said, "All right, I'll take this kid's gameplay." Bada bing. It shows his gamer tag and YouTube channel. It's okay. It doesn't mean nothing. And we got an email saying, "Yep, one strike. Boom. You can only post blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay, all right. What the hell? All right. So after that, I knew, because now on the new YouTube thing, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know you could. This was even a thing. On the YouTube studio, there's a copyright thing now, and that's so sick because it's actually funny. Stuff that I approved like in other videos, I was like shocked because it said like ZWI, and it was like one of my stereotype videos. I was like, I should claim this. I fucking claim ZWC. Fuck them.
I told you I got one for you whenever that system came out.
I watched
it. Like an old trailer.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I uploaded a video of, it was the campfire song from
Yes, I saw that.
Right, and I never tweeted this because it was like this like channel with like 2 subs, but I still was like when I saw him, he uploaded the video. It's just my video, my lyric video, and all that, and he just added at the end, "Thank you, Treyarch." And I was like,
dude,
I took that out. I claimed that, and I also like
Jack, your fucking trailer you made.
I sent it to my friends, and I was like, yo, guys, claim this. I'll like report it. And they're like, all right, and it was down. It was taken down.
Dude, I had like 1,000 to like just like disregard because I did like a fan show a while back. But there was this one guy who I made a guide to make the shield on 9. Like this really easy guide. It got like way too many views for what it was, and I never knew until like months later this guy like re-uploaded it, cut out all the audio like of me talking and just put music in and just upload. It got like hundreds of views, and I found this through the system. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I found him on Twitter and I DM'd him. I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, really? And he just like he didn't respond and he just deleted the video. I was like,
Damn.
Yeah.
like what's the thought process you're going through? Like,
know.
oh, I'm gonna re-upload this. People are gonna see it. I'm gonna get more views than the original one, and I'm gonna be famous. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that correlation.
Kingman in the chat even said it also takes 5 minutes, even less, to just do something at the end screen. The cards,
Yeah.
the end screen. You know, that's what I usually do sometimes. If I'm collabing with someone, I usually put their channels in the end screen and shit like that, and the video, and in the
Yeah.
description too. I am a bad person, but what you call it, with the links and stuff, because when I post, I'm so excited to just get the video out there, and I'm not thinking of everything, because usually now when I edit, and when I edit, I usually write down the description right there, so I don't forget when I'm posting. So, yeah, no, but this goes
Do you
back
use
to...
do you use YouTube defaults like for descriptions and stuff?
No, I mean, I do have a default thing, but it's like 3 tags in a paragraph, but then I just add a lot more.
Okay.
I add a lot more, because... you know what, that should be a smart move, but sometimes when I found out when I do default, sometimes the links just don't work no more. Like my Twitter
really?
link, it's because a lot of people used to say, that's not your Twitter turbo, and I was like, okay, I guess it ain't. But then now we're going back to the same, like, this is just what creators go through on a daily, you know? This is what they go, like, and you know what? I think this is a great time now to go to a man Vice Squad or a man Lucas's paragraph. So, Jack, I'm not sure if you even know this. I want, so people, just in case they said, like, oh, Ray's talking out of his ass. That's not every designer's fucking mind. They don't go through that shit over there. And you also, besides the stealing and stuff, what do you, before we even get to that, what is the worst thing that goes through your mind when you're dealing with clients? Like, one thing I read in the paragraph briefly was, when you're a freelance designer in the gaming community, which Lucas said was like the worst decision you could possibly make if you're a freelance designer, don't go in the gaming community. And I read more, and he said, one of the worst things, and I'll read more, of course, he said one of the worst things, though, working with clients is when they try to get shit for free all the fucking time, because they think that, they'll just, it's okay, they see my dedication for free, blah, 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 and then when you're working on
Exposure.
something... Yeah,
You're getting paid in exposure.
Getting paid in exposure, getting paid in a shout out, and then they just say, oh, you know what, let's scrap this idea, and then they expect it for the same price and stuff like that. So, what's like been the worst cases that you have to deal with clients? Like, what has been your like...
Well,
what's your pet peeve when you're dealing with clients? Like, what's your one pet peeve?
Hang on, let me think about this. It's like I never had anyone ask me for like free stuff, mainly because I was pretty firm.
Yeah,
you
put that memo out.
Yeah, like
if you want another subreddit to go through, r/choosing beggars is basically dedicated to that. It's basically dedicated to just people that ask for that kind of stuff and in terms of shout outs and stuff. That's another good subreddit.
All right, yeah, there we go. So yes, what were you saying, Ray? About the free stuff?
So like the people I worked with Rengers, the best one I worked with, we've been dishing on people. I'll actually give a positive one. Greg FPS was actually pretty good. He was like, here's a month's worth of like schedule, like a schedule of like a whole month. I need these Rengers on these days. Yeah. Simple. I was like, all right, and I'd like get home from school. I'd make the Renger, I send it to him, and that went great. Yeah, he was great. I had a few people that were just like, so like the problem with Rengers, like paying wise, is like, so it's like you're just paying, it's YouTube, them aren't million subs or whatever. Yeah. But they take time. Rengers take time.
So now when you go through, when you want to, let's say I want Misty rubbing her clit, right? So how long?
Oh my God!
How long would that take?
Oh Jesus Christ!
How long would that take to make?
Oh.
Well, you'd have to find a model of that.
Like a regular, but you can't like a miss, like like the T-pose they have, like the organic.
That's what
T-pose.
they start as. Yeah,
they start the T-pose. What if you straighten them up? You bend her fucking thing. You bend the joint. You put this right there.
But there's like a million joints, like in terms of like making it look natural.
I'm gonna be honest, my expertise is not on. I need someone to help me with that.
I've done a little bit. I used to. I did
Really?
like some testing with Rainbow Six stuff in what's that software on Steam?
Oh, I remember when I saw a couple from you. Yeah.
SFM?
Source Filmmaker, SFM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried a little bit, dude. It is so hard to make them look natural in terms of
Right.
like doing stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well,
It's
also-
so frustrating.
Yeah, and the textures look at all warped. You try to hand do it. What I always
Oh,
do with my
yeah.
renders is I import an official animation that's already made
That's smart.
from the game, and then I
Yeah.
edit from there. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna turn the head a little bit and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
like the
no.
the Richtofen where he's pointing the gun at the screen. That was the first place pistol animation from Black Ops
Really?
3, where
Wow.
the character, I think, yeah, where like the
Whoa,
character would like hold it, and I just
Screenobi.
change the arm, had him turn his head, and change the facial expressions a little bit.
Going straight from T-post to something else is, oh my god, it took hours for me to figure out how to just
Right.
make this one guy like turn his head and like look a certain way. It's tough, dude.
Yeah, well, that's why the renders blew up around BO3, because you got the software you could literally load up and find, like, even you can find every single shot of
Yeah.
endgame
Right.
cutscenes from like the Rising Drag. You can
Yeah.
instantly have a render pose of Richtofen holding the summoning key.
Wow.
Like
Mhm.
that. You still have to put the summoning key in cinema
Yeah,
and
yeah.
texture it and do all that shit, and that's where
Right.
all the time comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing with me, patience. And we'll go back to Lucas's paragraph, but that's the thing with me, patience. I got none. You saw me with the fucking, but I have no. fucking-
Exhibit A today.
So if you think that, and you know what's funny? You'd think that I would have the time to like, okay, sit down and try to learn it before I just try to go in head first. I don't like that. That's why I want to learn how to play the guitar and shit. I don't want to do the 1, 2, go fuck yourself. 1, 2, 3. I have no patience. I'll smack the guitar over the guy's head. So so that's why I love when like
Turbo, you're going to be the worst old person ever.
I already
if
am!
you don't,
I already
if
am
you
like
don't
an old
have this
person.
patience now, and you can't understand technology,
Bro, I'm gonna
my
become
God.
a fucking. I'm a Bill Burr 2.0. But
I
I'm
don't
like,
even want to know
bro,
you at that age.
it's
dog.
a problem. It's
Jesus.
going to be a problem. My kids.
Oh.
Bro, listen to me. I used to say I want kids. I want kids. I want kids. Every time my nephew comes here, love him to death. But I'm like, all right, when's he going home? When's he going home? When's he going home?
Bro, if you don't like dealing with software issues, I would recommend not going to Adobe Premiere. Just stick with your.
I just swapped Premiere, and it was hard, but God, it's so nice.
It's so much better until it just crashes
so
and
much
freezes.
better.
But you see
Dude,
that?
Vegas crashed way more for me. Though.
Yeah, it
Vegas,
did.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Like I would get to the point where I would crash like every 10 minutes in a project in Vegas. That's what made me jump. Like I couldn't edit videos anymore. It was just
The most
impossible.
infuriating thing on Premiere is when you hit play to like watch your preview and then it just like
Yeah.
stops previewing. You're like,
God damn.
Yeah.
you gotta restart it.
So to not get too off this topic here, I do want to still get Lucas at the Vice Squad. Follow him on Twitter right here. So I wanted to get another opinion on a creator, and he talked about renders shit like that, and I talked to him before. I was like, I just want to have your opinion on how it is to be a designer. So I'm gonna read all of this here, okay? Being an artist and going freelance in the gaming community is probably one of the worst decisions an artist can make, LMAO. I've had so many horror stories with clients that I could go on about for hours. Most people aren't bad, but when there's a high demand, you get so many people who don't have a clue about the work you do. I've had days in the past where I wake up to 10 plus DMs that I eventually ignore, people asking for free things. People really don't like being told no in situations like that and get angry in response. I even had clients that want to change the scope of their project entirely midway through for the same price.
Dude.
Oh my God.
The worst of the worst is definitely people stealing and distributing art as their own. Shitty cutouts of my art being given away in packs, etc. That's another thing in the decade. There's a lot of packs now. I have a personal horror story about a friend of mine I was doing work for. Long story short, he ended up backstabbing me and reselling my work en masse. He made up to $1,000 off it and spent it all on Yeezys and shit.
Wait, isn't that Jug?
Perhaps.
Wasn't that Jug? I'm gonna be straight up. I remember that. Okay, go on.
I would love if we could find out, but
Vice even added Jug in chat.
Yep.
oh, he did. Okay, fuck Jug.
Well, you remember that?
Bro, can I find the fucking thing from him?
Don't you remember that?
What the fuck's his thing on? I have the
Him
DM.
and Gaming Revolution had a lot of drama.
Yeah, I know, but I have a fucking DM from Jug. Let me show you, and I'll go back to this
Don't
paragraph.
pull up
Bro, I'm
DMs on
pulling
stream,
up. I'm
Turbo.
pulling it
You're
up.
making
No,
me
no, 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 no,
nervous.
no, no, no. I want to show you what this guy made me when I
You're
asked
making
him
me so-
for. I asked for a red and white with some lightning bolts and shit. He gave me a fucking banner with a fucking space astronaut.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, it's
yeah.
on my other Twitter. Fuck, it's on my other
I
Twitter.
remember
God
you
damn
telling
it.
me that. You were so pissed.
It's on
okay,
my other
wait,
Twitter.
go look him up on Twitter and just click DMs.
No,
I feel like that's-
my other Twitter. It's on my other Twitter.
Oh.
I had Turbo 24.
Oh,
Turbo
that's
24,
right,
now
that's
this
right,
one.
that's right.
So yeah, okay, fuck, hi, good. We got the guy now.
Dude, I just had like, oh man, I remember all that. Yeah, he was reselling. He was selling like random design packs for like $20, and they were like,
Alright, so-
I remember
Alright,
that.
so that was a big thing that drove me away from doing freelance. I really haven't done much more work for people who aren't friends since then. Honestly, the best thing you can do as someone doing freelance art is to stick with and be loyal to reputable people or people with bigger names. Most of the work I did was for the main zombie YouTubers throughout BO3 and was honestly the best work experience I've had. Though it can backfire, like when saw with TZ. I've had the same issue with Dalek. Wow, I had the same issue with Dalek and others for as long as I can remember. You always
This
get the
seems
same.
like a common theme with
You
Dalek.
always get the same empty apologies. Oh, I didn't know that was yours, or someone else sent it to me to act like it's not their fault.
And that's
Like I
exactly
said,
what
you
got.
can't not cross your T's and dot your I's if you're making this much money and you have this much of an influence
Jack,
in
you
the
nailed
community.
the fucking
No,
nail.
what-
You hit the nail right in the head with that one, fucking Jug. You fucking pinpointed that out.
Dude, I just like got that blast of nostalgia of like drama back in the day because the zombies community used to be so entertaining. People were just at each
That
other's
was our
throats.
fucking podcast. It was drama alert for the zombies
The
community.
podcast we would said what would we call it? We called this like the trash talking podcast.
Yeah.
We just trashed on everyone basically. That was so fun.
Boy, bro, but
We don't need a drama alert, guys. We got zombies alert. We
that's
don't
it.
need-
Oh
Ah,
my
dude.
god.
Zombies Alert hated us.
You ever have
Yeah, hey, you know what? It goes two ways.
you ever had something with him too?
No,
I was gonna
no,
say, I think
he
you're gonna bring
pissed
up
me
when
off.
something he did to you.
One of the amount that I
hated us.
the amount that I saw him make gifs of himself. I was just like,
Dude, we liked him before he was Zombies Alert.
Before
He
that
developed
ZWI
persona.
shit
right? It was just like weird, and then
And
like
he developed the persona. He was just, oh my god.
and I hope it was sarcastic, but I don't know.
he got
Someone, like,
banned a while ago.
yeah. Someone added him. They were like, "You were my favorite YouTuber of the year," and I was like, "He uploaded one video."
Bro, do you remember
Like,
like Keemstar responded to him said like get your own shtick?
Yeah.
He was like get your own fucking thing. Like what are you doing?
That's because he just stole the entire brand and just turned it
Yeah.
into Zombies
He
Alert.
made the same like fucking Twitter profile thing too. Same like
Yeah.
angle selfie.
Didn't he even have the same beard?
Same beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
But you
Yeah,
know what? though?
Ed. Yeah, Ed was so
he
chill,
was
and then
fun. He was fun
yeah.
in the beginning, but then it got to the old cranium, you know? It got to the old cranium.
Yeah.
What you call it? No, but you know what though? That is funny how it. Like, but
Wait,
is it?
Nar in chat said, I mean, Dalek is from England, so I'm not surprised. What does that even mean, dude? You
It's like
hate
everyone's
everyone.
man- Bro, I don't know. But you know what? though? I think it because you know what? I'm not surprised if it is. And this is me also not bashing these motherfuckers, but I'm also just trying to say.
I am. I will bash.
But
I
but
will
I'm
take
just I'm
credit.
trying to say it's not right when you take advantage of like these small creators and they're making all this hard work and then you want to like say like what Vice Squad said was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was from you or it was sent to me from someone else. Like, come on, even though like you know it's not yours though, and God forbid someone finds it and then he just says done like on Twitter. He knows he knows he got put in a corner, Dalek. He knew. And let's say for example it was someone else. Like let's say it was fucking Jabip. If Jabip fucking did it off your video, Jabip would have just commented no. You know, I'm not even just trying to target someone here. I'm just trying to say it's the point. You know, if my fucking mother did it, you fucking bitch, you stole my thing. Like I would be fucking pissed.
so, what Lucas was saying about like the, oh, I didn't know it was yours. So the excuse of this time, and the apology they sent me was,
Oh yes, we didn't get to your apology. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
he said, I can read the apology.
please.
I mean, I guess
Please do.
it was, my apologies for any frustration caused there, dude. And here it is. Here's the little thing that like Lucas is referring to. I assumed a hard edited text prompt of your channel name was enough.
Wait, this is what Dalek said? Oh my.
A little piece of text in the corner for 2 seconds. No link to anything. Like people are like TZ Ghost. Okay.
I did that on my last thing. I took from the Rad Brad, one of his BO2 campaign things. I put the thing on the screen and the link in the description.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
what?
And he said, but missed the mark on not adding your channel link in the description. Added that in an interactive card, which is like little button you click.
Yeah.
But again, the video's already been
He
out for a
didn't
couple
even
hours.
ask.
I know. He didn't ask to begin with. And then he said, and here it is. Here's what pissed me off. Just wanted to showcase the awesome recap trailer to people. And I'm like, then why didn't you share it when I uploaded it?
Just wanted to showcase. Oh
I'm like, if y'all want, if you care that much about like hard work, good work, like that you think deserves it in the zombies community, then why don't you actually share it?
Yeah, that's
I retweet shit on, like, I share shit all the time that I'm like, damn, that was really nice. Like, that was good.
And then zombies YouTubers are like,
they
zombies YouTubers are like, why is nobody watching zombies content? I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
why is nobody?
Yeah, and then the whole time they're making zombies content, they're like, yikes, man, zombies.
Yeah. I'm not
Yikes,
sure.
dude, zombies is dying.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know because.
What's up, Chroma?
I was just gonna say, Chroma, your ears must have been ringing. Your ears must have been ringing. We were talking about you before with the fucking your memes and shit.
That is so gross.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that, right away, Jack, Ray probably fucking saw it. Right when I saw that, I was like, boom, podcast. I'm like, I knew we had to talk about this.
Because it's just like, I feel like it's such an overlooked thing because this happens so often and then just like no one talks about it.
I'm just pissed with the whole mindset of you think you can get over someone. You think you can get over on
because
someone.
they do.
I know.
No one does
That's
anything.
why I'm sick of it. I'm really sick and tired of like people just thinking because of your sub count or your name or your relativity, you're just not gonna give a fuck. You know?
Thanks.
Yeah.
If you made that video, and you know what? Listen, at the end of the day, we all listen. I don't know. I was gonna say like we all fucking make mistakes, but I don't know.
No.
Not this many.
Not whenever it's your literal job to make sure you're making content that's yours, especially because of how much money you make off of it and you're paying rent off of it. You can't have that work coming from someone else. You can't have that in general, but it's especially inexcusable whenever this is your literal lifestyle. Like you've been doing this for years. You know how everything works.
Yeah.
Like you said, Turbo, you're like, oh, he's like Lex probably like edits fast and stuff, but like you don't, like, they think about these things. I 100% know they go through their heads because it goes through everyone's head whenever they're uploading a video. It's gross.
Because that's why I wanted to bring it up with the whole link thing, because when I would put links in the description, I would be scared. I would want to do it right away and stuff like that. I don't know, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just that I'm sick and tired of the whole point of YouTubers and big YouTubers taking someone, you know what's so funny? But why is it mostly in the gaming community? People in other communities on YouTube, they know the deal. They know the fucking routine. Why?
Like what communities are you comparing it to?
The vlogging community. The vlogging community.
I think the gaming community is just overall more immature because it's way more saturated with younger content creators. Because like you know, like 5 years ago, you watched like FaZe Clan doing like trick shots and stuff. You're like, oh, I want to make a YouTube video. Like it's probably the most. It's like the easiest to like attach to. You're like, oh, let me go record some sniping.
Yeah. Funny enough, though, it's always like the veterans of YouTube who are doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not even young anymore. It's like,
I don't understand, dude. The more you grow up and like kind of meet these people, the more you realize it's like, oh wow, like they're not like who I expected them to be. You know,
never meet your heroes.
Never meet your heroes. I tweeted that a while ago.
Who did I meet actually, and it fucked me up? That I was like, oh damn, now I can't like this person. Who the fuck was it? What you call it? It was the guy from Entourage, the guy Turtle from Entourage.
What?
He was at my Chinese restaurant in Brooklyn, and I saw he was like a nasty prick.
Really?
I remember. Yeah, I remember he took a picture of my parents' stuff. But I as a kid, I looked at him and I was like, he's nasty. Like he's just I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's nasty. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But so Ray, going forward now, so I'm not sure. Are you still doing a lot of stuff design wise? Are you still like open to doing stuff? What's your thing right now?
Well, I'm in college right now, so that's kind of putting a lot of issues. Mm-hmm.
What are you going to college for?
Right now, I'm not. I did go in for game design. I thought like I was gonna do some game design stuff, but now I kind of don't really know if I want to be the actual designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could have a choice, it's a senior position, so like you can't get into this like first year.
Yeah.
I would, if I ever worked in a gaming company, I want to be like creative, like the creative side of it, like
So,
making decisions.
I always wanted to know what was, because my Vinny Boombots, by the way, happy birthday, game designer. Is that like, because he's doing computer, like, he's doing like computer science and shit for that?
Computer science is very different.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so that's
Say
like,
that
that's
again,
like
Jack! Say that again for Vinny! Say that again!
What, computer science?
He
Computer
wants to
science
be a
is nowhere
game
near the
designer.
same as game design.
And
Computer
I
science
used to
is
tell him
like
that.
the
it
back
can
end
it can
of stuff.
apply. They kind of go hand in
Yeah.
hand. Like whenever you do game design, you learn some computer science. You're gonna learn like scripting.
But
and stuff
computer
like that.
science is typically more for back end stuff like development. Like,
And I'm not even sure if that's still what Vinny wants to do. Maybe I'm just speaking out of my ass here, but I remember him saying all the time he wants to be a
it's
video
smarter
game
for
designer.
him to take computer science though,
Yeah.
because typically you can apply that to more things than like a video
Right.
game design.
Because there really isn't like majors for game design. Like
There
in
are.
this area.
There are.
Yeah.
Though the
It's
college
just
I'm
not
at
as
is,
useful
Yeah.
once you're out of college.
The computer science, if you get that, for example, into the gaming industry,
Yeah.
I don't know, I might be talking my ass here, I don't know. But if you did computer science, for example, and look at the gaming industry, I would see maybe you'd get like scripting, stuff like that would be like your type of
Because he
deal.
wants to do the same thing though. He wants to be the creative one. He wants to make the storyboards. He wants to be the one to be like, okay, where are we gonna go with this campaign or whatever the fuck. But right now, what he's doing in school, he's like coding and shit.
I used to want to code, and then I learned how to code, and now I don't want to code anymore. Coding's the absolute worst, dude. It's
a big thing. A big thing my class push is like working in the gaming industry, or not in the arts industry in general. If you want to be a leader like that, you can't just be like, damn, dude, I'm good at this. You know, like I got this right. You got to be able to work with people and communicate with people. Especially if you're a creative head.
I could never be in the game industry. Like the like what developers have to go through in terms of like grinding out a game, putting their heart and soul into it, and just getting absolutely shit on after.
Bro, I remember when I.
Well, I was looking at what Fat Matt said in chat. The BO4 failed because of the community.
I would say BO4 failed because of microtransactions.
Well, yeah, the multiplayer side and all that. But like, I'm talking about like zombies.
Yeah, that's true.
Zombies. Okay, Treyarch did some things, and you know Activision and all that. There's some issues, but at the same time, it's like when it came to zombies is like laying on the ground injured, and then content creator leaders and all that. They fucking put a spear in that corpse. They were like, and they just stabbed. They're like, all right, like it's done.
I think
and
MW is kind of failing because of the community, because I think MW is one of the best Call of Duties in a long time, but people are so content on blaming skill-based matchmaking for just being trash at the game that they're just like, oh, this is worst COD in forever. Like, this game's trash. I can't believe they implemented this. Whenever it's just like they're not taking it for what it is. I don't know.
And that really does have an effect on the developers. Like I know with BO4 Zombies, it was literally where the way that the content creators went about it, the developers were like, they kind of just went like, well, F this.
Yeah.
Like, not literally like F this, but they're just kind of like, it really disheartens them. You
can notice the difference.
I remember in high school.
Like that really did happen. It was just because, like I said, it's just like when the content creators would go on Zombies or would try like new BO4 updates, it was always like, it's not Fortnite. And it was just like,
dude.
I remember when I was in high school, I would go on the laptops and shit, and I would just go on Treyarch Studios job listings, and I would just be like, oh, one day, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a Zombies map, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna... Now, seeing what the fuck Treyarch went through, I'd rather take an IV in my asshole than have to work in fucking Treyarch Studios. How dare myself ever trying to say, oh my God. Like, do I want to have a nice life with no like less frequent stress I already have, or do I want to live like Vandahar, pulling the hair out of my head and just basically saying like all his emotions on Twitter? Like really, because he has to keep all his emotions in the studio. I have to make this blackout mode.
I feel like I hate the term gamer, but I'm going to use the term gamer. I feel like every gamer goes to that point in their life where like, oh, that'd be so cool to design a game, and then they realize they're like,
Yeah, no.
Actually, it would
I
be
like
horrible.
I like
to
playing
think
it
about
At
better.
least nowadays, with articles and stuff, people are realizing it's horrible
In
before they
lynch
go
mobs,
to college.
yeah, if you
Stuff like
get
that.
like the cancel culture nowadays, if people hate
Yeah.
something, they're gonna say it, and they're just gonna make sure everybody else thinks the same way as
H3
them.
almost got canceled this week because of K-pop.
Dude, I tweeted, I was like, because there's been a
Bro,
different
oh my
hashtag
God.
Blink is over like every day because people just like to cancel. It's so exhausting, dude. Just
I
live.
can't wait till somebody finds like the shit I say in this podcast and like, he's a feminist. He's a fucking blah, blah, blah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You just gotta accept it at this point. It's your
Bro,
persona.
Bro, I'm worried because my friends are doing a trip to E3 this summer, and we're doing a zombies group cosplay. And
Oh.
I tweeted out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be really careful with this. I'm gonna replicate how he looks in BO3 and 4 because it's completely censored. But I want to do an Ultimus Richtofen. And I was like,
Okay, so let me,
how do I go about
let me
this
prepare
without
you
people
for
being
this.
like,
Let me prepare
Yeah.
you. You might get stabbed in some places on your body.
oh, I know.
You may
Do
get
the Iron
punched.
Cross.
Oh no. So BO3
Well,
and
you
4.
just go full
explain-
swastika. I mean,
No,
I mean,
okay. I had people reply to me. They were like, "I wouldn't censor it at all, but I mean, I just do it." I'm like,
I would just feel.
well,
so
I
weird.
wouldn't
I'm like,
censor
good
it
luck,
at
good
all.
luck walking to LA with a swastika on you, dude. Good luck.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
all the fucking feminists
Dumb.
like, we want equal pay. They're gonna fucking stab you in the back. Jesus.
Literally.
Yeah.
Also-
Oh my god.
Turbo, this may make you a little happier. Apparently, like the entire like Fortnite event like crashed for everyone. Like all the servers are like dying supposedly right now.
How do you guys feel about the? I saw somebody comment saying all these big YouTubers trying to fucking like cash grab these tournaments. Let like somebody was trying to defend like the smaller people. Let them make the money. They don't have money. Like people who are like playing the game and they're like less fortunate. Let them play these tournaments. Let them try to win. I saw that.
What?
Yeah, let me get your opinion on that, Jackie boy.
What do you mean?
Somebody was saying like in those tournaments, like I remember, like I always see
like telling big people to stop playing.
yes in those small tournaments, yeah.
If you're good, you're good.
Like
If you're
give more
trash, you're
people a
trash.
chance. Who I saw somebody like argue like someone who has like
Like
college.
that Tfue shouldn't play in tournaments.
Yes, like someone who has college.
That's
debt should have a
maybe
chance to-
dumbest opinion of the year. I'll give it to him right now.
brought up
December
Fortnite, so I should
2019.
remember.
Yeah. If
I give
anything,
it to
they should have tournaments. They should just have separate tournaments for small creators if they want to do that. Like-
That's just
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm saying, if you're wanting to like,
Yeah.
both, you could have big tournaments.
But how do you
as
draw a
well, so-
line between like big and small?
I don't know.
That just doesn't make yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
stupid. That's just feeling
Sub count, amount of followers. I don't know.
So what are you gonna do for your costume for Richtofen? Is it gonna be what's your design now? Like what's your design
Alright.
for your costume?
All right. So my plan is to do like BO4. So for BO4 and BO3, y'all know they put iron crosses and everything everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like completely legal everywhere. That's what I'm doing. Even with the hat, his little hat, it's got a little eagle up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it's a pin. I'm taking that out, and I'm going to 3D print and BO3 and 4, he has a little wolf, a
Yeah.
little wolf banner. I'm putting that up there instead.
Wow,
So it's gonna
look
be a
at
little wolf.
Look at you.
I'm probably gonna I've had a lot of people say do a Group 935 logo somewhere, so you can be like, it's that
Yeah.
group. Also, have
You're
a wonder
just
weapon.
walking around like a Nazi.
Yeah, have a wonder weapon so people know.
What do you got?
it's
What
a
kind of
wonder
weapon you got?
I'm trying to, honestly, probably a ray gun. Dream would be Wonder Waff. I would love to build a Wonder Waff. That would
you
be
actually
sick.
you're building this shit.
Yeah, I got a 3D printer like a month ago, and I've been trying to learn that. I've got right now I'm painting for a test. I did Thorn from Destiny.
So you can make literally anything you want from this 3D printer.
Well,
yeah. It takes a lot of
anything
time,
that's-
and
yeah.
there's some stuff about. That's the thing. It's like I'm gonna be going to my college dorm, for example, which I'm sharing with different people.
Yeah.
They want me to bring my 3D printer, but I'm like, with a Wonder Waff, for example, how am I gonna build that at like a college dorm?
Don't tell your frat.
It's gonna look like you're building a weapon, dude.
Listen, don't tell your frat you have a 3D printer. You'll be printing a lot of fleshlights, my friend. Don't be telling your frat.
I'm not at a frat.
sell 'em.
I'm not at a frat. Trust me.
You
I'm
can
at
sell them.
You can make. Wait a minute. I can have unlimited fleshlights.
Oh,
I can have unlimited flesh.
No, say the word.
Oh, no.
Right, I'm your friend, right? Can you make?
Turbo's
right.
gonna go buy one on Amazon.
Oh, right. Oh, Matt, wait. How would you go by making a fleshlight? I'll send you my measurements. Oh my god. Imagine, here's my girth, here's my width, here's my length. Printed. Oh my
You say this,
God.
but I could see it happening, and I hate that.
I'm pretty sure there are companies that do that. Like there are companies that actually not 3D print, but like they custom make stuff like that. Yeah.
You don't think I look? There's a website that they have fleshlights and they molded porn stars' vagina, like inside the vagina of porn stars. They form like a foam thing and they make certain like Dylan Harper fleshlight, blah 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 fleshlight, blah 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 fleshlight. Like yeah.
I like how we got from Richtofen to we're gonna print a fleshlight.
Oh yeah. That's how this fast podcast. That's how this podcast is. We're very fast, very fast. I mean, listen, you don't think Misty X Stuhlinger for a fleshlight? They're on the road, okay? They're on the road for a long time.
Why would
You don't think Misty's carrying around the fucking dildo?
Bro, this is why the community's dead, dude. This is why the community's dead.
You don't think Misty's on the fucking train with a dildo? She's lonely. They're in a fucking zombie apocalypse. I'm the only one not thinking they gotta excrete some fluid somehow? Come on. I'm not stupid.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Look. They know. Look, chat knows. Turbo, you good?
I see you good, bro.
I'm not. This podcast started crazy and I'm ending it crazy. Jack, to end off this podcast, you brought up this chart. You want to explain what I'm going to pull up right now?
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting, and I think it could be talk. I need to pull it up myself because I don't know how many.
Put it in a Discord for Array.
Yes. Okay. 1 sec. I don't know how many people saw this said chart.
So
this is YouTube top 100 YouTube channels then versus now, aka November of 2010 and November of 2019.
Yeah.
The highlighted ones are channels made by YouTubers, not by a corporation, and then the non-highlighted ones are like corporations or like celebrities and stuff. I thought it was interesting just to kind of go over how much has changed, because
you can say it.
Oh my god, the difference.
Okay, first of all, I had this question a long time ago, and I'm gonna ask this. So people, you probably can't see it on the screen because the text is very, very small. Just for me, it's like not even just for you.
I think it's more of a general idea of how. Like,
no. I wanted to ask, how do you say the first guy's name? Higa. What do you say? Do you say that word?
I'm scared.
Yeah, do you say it?
You say it, but it makes me nervous to say it on a live stream.
Nija. How do you say Nija?
No, you say it like you say it like.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
No, have you watched them before, Turbo?
Yes, bro.
I watched. He's like the first YouTuber
I watched.
Exactly. Yeah, that was like the first YouTuber I watched.
Like How to Be Ninja and all that.
I remember going to my sister's friend's house and dying laughing on his YouTube, and that's when I didn't even have YouTube.
Yeah.
That's when the channels look different. You can change like the image of your background on your channel. Remember, like this, like the galaxy background. And
dude, you like COD snipers and stuff were just like all the like insane colors. Oh yeah.
So all the channels that are in red, these are the top like 100 YouTubers from November 2010, the decade. So November 2010 to November 2020. So November 10, you can see 2010. There's a ton of YouTubers, not companies, not channels for music, not an industry. These are independent YouTubers making content, and they're all up there. This is trying to show you how YouTube's being such a corporate commercial douchebag. How now you go to November 2019, there's 28% of YouTubers in the top 100 channels because you have people like T-Series, Set India, WWE, the artists like Ed Sheeran. Those are companies like sorta movie clips.
And I don't blame them because they're so favored by the algorithm and by YouTube.
Yes, and I can't. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, like everything that's on the top page, the home page of YouTube, that's exactly what's here right now. Like it really gets me upset to see. And you know what, like, everything going on now with YouTube and Copa, whatever the fuck, and the rules they're trying to set out. I was watching Susan, the CEO of YouTube, on I was like 60 Minutes or something on after the football game on Sunday. She was just talking about how this isn't to hurt YouTubers, but just trying to make it a safe place for everyone. A safe place for everyone? Am I gonna be scared to
YouTube
say
kids.
the F word now?
There's a video I saw a video the other day. It was like the list of demonetized words, and it was insane.
Oh
It was
yeah,
like
I remember
1,300 words, and they were like the most. It was like the word "you" would get you demonetized.
It's sick. It really is sick because
People were like, "I love tube."
I really just can't take. And then the new thing they have now, where if I say Jack, you look like a fucking donkey, I'm gonna get banned now.
Yeah,
Cause I'm Jack. Do you feel hurt? Did I hurt your feelings, Jack? Are you gonna cry? Oh, look at that! I hurt his feelings, Susan Wachowski. Oh,
No.
I'm so sorry.
no.
Now, I tweeted this out right away. No one will mute me ever on my fucking channel. If you try to change the person I am on my channel, I swear to God, go watch someone else. Go watch Pokemon Go. Go somewhere else. Because I will always talk about how I talk, always say what I want to say. And you saw the examples they used for example, if you say, Susan, you dirty fucking bitch, like yeah, of course there's like Leafy is here and stuff like that. Those channels, yeah, they were hard. And I blame them. I blame those channels for what we have today. The revolution they started, I blame them for all this shit. What do you guys think? Like, am I just like pissing in the wind here?
I just don't even blame corporations, like I said, because the algorithm favors them so much. It's free publicity. It's free revenue for them. I mean, it's just how YouTube works now.
Isn't it crazy? This is all just a snowball effect of Logan Paul being a complete dumbass.
Well, you know what? What happened? Okay, so what was like the big thing that happened after the Forest video? What was like a big change YouTube made? Nothing really, right? Like nothing.
That was where the demonetization started.
That was one of the ad
Big catalyst. Yeah, that was the adpocalypse because corporations had a heart attack that their ads were being shown on Logan Paul showing dead body, and then people were also like, let me find this obscure neo-Nazi video that has a Coke ad on it, and that got viral.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like,
yeah.
So when I say, right, so if I go on to, wait, what was I gonna say? So if I went on YouTube, let's say, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and the PewDiePie thing with the Wall Street Journal, and that's what started the adpocalypse. Really.
That was one. There's several adpocalypse.
That was the two things, yeah.
Yeah. It was the adpocalypse with PewDiePie and Wall Street Journal, which was a joke, and then. Oh, cause his Nazi stuff, right? His fucking Germany stuff.
I had to write an article about this for my journalism class.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, it never got published because what happened? Okay, so I had to write it, and it was supposed to be published in the newspaper at our school. And stuff kept happening. Like Logan Paul would not. Like Logan Paul kept doing, and I was like, Jesus! I was like, stop! Like, can y'all stop being dumbasses for like one day?
Yeah, no. And
it got too long and
bro,
stuff.
And when PewDiePie said the N-word, I was like, that's another
God.
thing now.
Yeah.
When Ninja was rapping 44 more.
My favorite thing was.
Oh no, I remember that.
Yeah, my favorite thing was the Wall Street Journal article and all that. Talking about PewDiePie. They were like, here's PewDiePie wearing a Nazi uniform on his stream. He was wearing like some random Cuban like hat. And he was I don't remember what the joke was, but it wasn't even a uniform.
Taken wildly out of context.
Yeah, and then they also there's a screenshot saying here's a picture of PewDiePie hiling. And it was a screenshot of him falling like this. And they just took that like frame.
It's exhausting. This is why mainstream media is dying.
And it was just
like exhausting. We in my broadcasting class, my teacher literally said like, how many of you guys watch mainstream news? And like most of the people raised their hands. And then she said, how many of you guys trust mainstream news? Not a single person raised their hand.
Bro, you know what mainstream news is? Mainstream news is people who have their opinions and they have to speak on this shit that's on the prompter, but they always put their fucking 1 cent in. You get it?
It's more like they put whoever's
the news is supposed to be a global information
unbiased.
And now unbiased. You're telling people what's going on in the world. You're not telling people your opinion on what's going on in the fucking world.
Now.
Fucking CNN, fake news. Fox is loving Trump. Like it really, every single news. And if you tell someone you watch Fox, you're a Republican. If you watch,
it's how the news is presented. Because you can present facts in a way to where it sways person to one side. Unfortunately,
Have y'all seen the stuff about not getting like politics and all that, but have y'all seen the like Bernie Sanders blackout? People are calling it. Every single news, because they're all big corporate, they're paid by big corporations. Bernie Sanders makes big corporations shit themselves when they're thinking about him getting president. All of like CNN and all that, and not CNN. It's literally every single news. There's so many news sites. They put up their article titles. It'll be like Biden first place, Elizabeth Warren drops is like strong third.
Yeah.
And they won't say a thing.
They won't say Bernie Sanders
in second place. YouTube, a big survey went up saying like, who would you vote for out of these candidates? He's not there.
Wow.
Even though he is second right now. He was like
I read.
second.
There was this really long article I read that was basically a breakdown of how the news is literally the most influential. Like you won't find anything more influential than the news, because they basically control what you see now. It's to the point where all the information, you have to go looking for certain information, because they decide what they want like to be heard and what they don't want to be heard, because it's all just it's all kind of like an ecosystem. It's kind of unfortunate, because I feel like it's changed a lot. Because I mean, we weren't really, I don't want to say we were like a lot younger, like when it was different, I feel like, and we didn't experience the unbiased kind of news sources. We kind of grew up with the fact that all news sources decided one way or another. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
The whole like fake news thing that really propelled it to where it's just like it basically enabled it to where news can be whatever you want to believe in your favor. Fun fact: Hitler had something called something very similar, basically translated fake news. You know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember the exact German word, but Hitler would call any news that was not in his favor. It was this word that the Nazi Party came up with.
Who was the guy that like started Photoshop? Was it Stalin or something? Like he would paint people out of the pictures.
Stalin started Photoshop.
No, it was someone who started Photoshop. Like he would literally paint people out of the picture. Like fuck you. Like I don't like you no more. He would pay someone to paint.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It was someone during
I think
that time.
there was something with Stalin where it was like they kept getting taken out of this painting.
That's what I meant by like he was like the first Photoshop. He was like fuck them. I don't like them no more. He fucked my sister. I don't like them. And he painted them out of the picture.
I think it was because they were dead. He killed them.
If I look up Photoshop, will the say Stalin?
Probably. Yeah, he started writing the code and shit.
He made Adobe. Yeah, for sure.
What you call it? Before we end this podcast, I do want to just give a few announcements. Oh, right away, I want to ask you. Your picture is you with David Vonderhaar. Where'd you meet Vonderhaar, my friend?
That was at E3 2 years ago.
How was Vonderhaar? How was he? How is he?
It was good. He has some really scary guards with him, like big old buff.
Wow, he has guards?
Guards. Yeah, he had guards with him.
DJ Von has guards?
Well, it was where he was on a there's a little stage for like PlayStation. They had like different little talk things, and he was there. And then he just went into a back room. He was like, just came out, and he was just on the show floor. And my friend Jade and I, and my girlfriend Carly was with us too. We were like, Jade and I were always like scared to like go up to people, because like they had, especially when they had guards. And then Carly just went for it and asked for him for a picture and all that.
Isn't that crazy how girls don't give a fuck? They're like, excuse me, excuse me. That was my mother. That's my mother. She's like, excuse me, my son's here. Excuse me.
Because we're freaking nerds, dude. Like we don't. Oh my god.
Yeah.
She got through Kojima's guards. She got a picture with Hideo Kojima. Yeah.
Kojima must have insane guards.
He does. He had a crowd of guards.
Oh my god.
That was insane. I was like, that was scary.
You call it? Fucking
They also met Blundell. That was another one.
You met Blundell?
Mm-hmm.
How was that fella?
We saw him at the talk. He gave the little talk. It was actually where they revealed Classified. They announced Classified.
E3, yeah, that was E3.
Yeah. We were in the audience. You see us for like a split second on the screen.
Really? I was watching that live. Wow, that's pretty cool. But I remember somebody in the chat and somebody in the crowd was like, Optimus or whatever. They were like who do you think you're gonna be
I remember
playing?
that.
I don't know that guy's name, but what I do know is
he yelled it out.
I know there's apparently something with him, like a couple of years ago, summer, he threatened another YouTuber. Like apparently he's nuts.
Who?
I don't remember his username, but the guy who was there,
Oh.
I remember my friend Jaden was like, "Looks like I'll go up to him." He's like, just keep walking.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god,
okay.
that's funny.
And then like I just remember him like getting all the attention at the stream thing. We were like,
Ninja Nation.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Nation.
said in the chat.
Lucas probably knows what I'm talking about with the threatening thing. Yeah, it was just like, I was
Wait a
like,
minute,
all right,
isn't Ninja Nation that guy? He's also from Brooklyn, the guy?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I just heard some stuff.
Oh,
and I
he was
like,
there too in E3?
yeah. He was at E3.
Oh,
And he had a big old like
he was
vlog
He
thing.
was the one who made the fucking view bot thing on me when I was botting votes for fucking ZWI. He was the one who made that video. Bro, my father went up to him. My father, I was at ZW fucking C2. He goes, "Why would you make a video about my son saying you?" He goes, "Man, you know I had to cover the news." And my dad was like, "Okay."
Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
would
like-
probably
that was
sprint
his
away
attitude.
if I
It was
saw
like,
your
exactly.
father approaching me, Turbo.
Okay, yeah. What happened?
I would probably sprint away if I saw your father approaching me.
And you
in
know what's so
such a
funny?
manner.
My father took off his shirt there. It was like sweating in the fucking studio. He took his shirt, had like a guinea tee on. He was just walking around and shit. I was like, that's my father. There he is, walking around. Alright guys, listen, this is Jack, listen to me. After this podcast, I'm taking a nice hot bath. I'm putting a nice hot compress on my head because I haven't had a crazier podcast technical technical difficulties wise in a long ass time. Ray, once again, I'm happy if you still had a great time, Ray. I'm happy.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
Sorry
this is
for
great.
the interval.
Thank you for having me.
We'll definitely have you on again so we can be smooth sailing and just talk
about
For sure, yeah.
fleshlights again.
yeah, and talk about something
Say the
else
word.
besides all design and hitting you with fucking questions and shit. We'll have like a nice normal podcast just talking about, because we usually don't do, but like I told my mom this, the last time we had a podcast mainly about one topic was like the Spider-Man one we did. So we're gonna once again, we'll do these a couple more times, but we'd love to have you on just in general, talk about some random shit. And if you watch old podcasts, you know we talk about random shit.
Yeah.
As you saw me bring up today, we went from Rick Torvin to Dildo, so we were still going.
It can be exhausting.
Once again, guys, if you did not see my trailer, Jack, you see my trailer yesterday, Jack? You saw my trailer? Or no, you didn't see my trailer yesterday?
For
Countdown to Christmas, man.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah, I
if you
wasn't
guys didn't
expecting
see, yesterday I posted the trailer for season 3. This is the 3rd year on the channel. We're doing Countdown to Christmas. It is going to be crazy.
Turbo,
Starting
what's
this Monday.
Countdown to Christmas?
Countdown to Christmas is a week full of crazy content all
Whoa.
Christmas. Everything. Vinny Boombots, Joe, Average Joe, AR Meat, Matty Boy, my man Steve, Crazy Steve, Jagger, John Dog, all my friends, all the Brooklyn boys. We did crazy Christmas videos, crazy Christmas content. The trailer is on the channel right now. Go check it out. Starting this Monday, the 16th, goes all the way to the 22nd. And Jack, do we have like a podcast Christmas special next week?
I think
or
we do.
something like that. So
Is it December?
next week we're gonna have the next week's podcast will be It Is What It Is Christmas special. So yeah, so Countdown to Christmas is gonna go on for my channel from Monday the 16th all the way to Sunday the 22nd. So motherfucker, and that's every day. Video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every single day of the week starting Monday. Christmas content, Countdown to Christmas. There you go. And also, by the way, quick shout out to my man Jack Vinny Boombots. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Vinny.
Vinny Boombots. Happy birthday. The way we're going to end out this podcast is we're going to play an old Boombots Blitz. So, Ray, I'm not sure if you know this. Vinny Boombots, my man Vinny, we used to do a segment on this show, and we're changing it, guys, actually. We're changing it. Hopefully, during the winter break, when he has off of school, we can record a lot of episodes for the new segment we're doing with Vinny Boombots for the podcast. We used to do a segment called Boombots Blitz where we would throw shit on him and like pour stuff on him while he's trying to have a normal conversation. So in honor of Vinny Boombots helping us with the podcast all the time, we are going to end off this podcast with an old Boombots Blitz. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching episode 81 of This podcast. We are live here every Saturday, 1 p.m., or we try to, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the channel. And also, Ray, where can they find you? Link in the description if you want to subscribe to Ray. Ray,
Twitter, YouTube,
what in the future? What can they see from you? Some more shit for BO5? What's up?
Yeah, if all goes well.
There you go.
My Twitch. I'm trying to like grow my Twitch too right now.
There you
So
go,
I haven't been
yep.
as active as I need to be, but I'm working on
What do you
that.
play?
I saw you
Everything.
playing Overwatch.
I've got VR. We do some VR stuff.
Your
Oh,
last
yeah.
stream I saw on your Twitch was Overwatch, if I'm wrong, no? You were playing Overwatch?
Yeah, that was yeah, it was like a group thing. People were like, let's play
Yeah.
Overwatch. I was like, okay.
So, yeah, so if you guys
a little bit of
wanna-
everything.
If you guys want to find Ray, link in the description. Jack the Bus, you're just doing stuff. You're just living, I guess, right? I don't know.
If
Jack,
you wanna
do
watch
you know
Modern
how
Warfare
many
2v2
times?
tourney
You know
after
how many
this?
times Johnny asks me? He goes, "What's Jack doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, I would love to
sleeping,
know.
dude.
I would love to know what Jack does now.
If
I would love
anyone
to
wants to
know.
watch the MW 2v2 tournament,
Where can they find that?
Playing that after. I'll be streaming it.
Oh, Jack, twitch.tv/JackTheBus. I'll be watching that
That's
too
like
right
after this.
Right after this podcast, 20 minutes. I'll be watching that right now. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna show a nice Boomba Splits rerun. Guys, I love you all. Peace, love, positivity, and I will see everyone in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Boomba Splits. Boomba Splits. Boomba Splits.
I'm Vinny Boombots.
By Jordan. Welcome back to another Boombots Blitz. Now, as you can see, something I'm really passionate about is the DMV. Like, come on, even though I make appointments at the DMV, I still have to wait in line. What the fuck is that about? Honestly, it is one of the most redundant things I have ever had to deal with in my entire life. And don't even get me started with the smell of ketchup, because ketchup is honestly the most disgusting thing in the world. To eat it, it's delicious, but once you get a whiff of that for more than 5 seconds, oh, fucking disgraceful. Talking about Black Ops 4 Zombies. Black Ops 4 Zombies is going to be one of the best video games of this century. Now you see, the effects of ketchup on the body, actually, it is a great moisturizer. And even though a baseball hit me in the face, you will still see tracks of blood going down through my urethra and onto the sandy bottom. Oh yeah. What is this? This is what you like hot dogs after baseball games? This is where they get their seasoning. Fuck them. It was a softball. Now,
Smells like ass.
see, now I have to schedule an appointment at the chiropractor. Now that's the place when you schedule an appointment, you don't have to wait for a line. Welcome back to the Nathan's Hot Dog Race.